Well, so a fellow witch of mine, she knows that I like dreams. She knows I like Jungian psychoanalysis, and I uh, read a lot about archetypes, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. And she knows that I'm trying to succeed in that part of psychoanalysis. I'm not a psychoanalyst yet, but that's my ultimate goal. It's gonna happen someday, sooner or later. But for now, I would like to get into one of her dreams that she gave me permission to share with you, and maybe find some interpretation on the symbols and the archetypes that they are emerging from her dream. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna read the dream first, and then I'll try to cut it into sections and try to interpret its sections. See if we can see some symbols and archetypes in that. Just to reassure you that my fellow witch, she did allow me to share this dream with you. So my friend says, I am together with another person. I am not sure if he is my boyfriend or someone else. We are looking into this small world, which is packed, and we are so big, but somehow we fit in. Then, when we are in there, we are looking at the space. It's like a bookcase, and it has shelves. It's full of stuff. There are two small people, like dolls. They are very tiny, but they are moving around and they talk to each other. After that, a very old, ugly face, a female face, like a mask, appears, and eventually she becomes like a model of a woman. After that, I saw her, a face of her past life. She was young, happy, and together with another friend of hers, they were playing on a theatrical performance. Eventually, another woman comes up. She is big in size and very old. She is indicating to my friend that they are having a relationship, but it's more like a friendship. It's like a romantic relationship. The dream goes on, and my friend now is in a movie. It's an old movie, and she thinks that now she has the opportunity to see how people in old times were living their lives. Let's go on to try to interpret the dream. I break it into 6 sections, and I'm gonna read the section first and then interpret it. So, she is with someone, but she's not sure if he is her boyfriend. They are looking at a small world. It is packed, and they are big, but somehow they fit into this world. My dreamer is a creative artist and has big wishes, but somehow she has fit them into this small world, and had made compromises in order to be with the people who she loves. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad thing. It means that one of her wishes might be to be with people that she loves, and that in expense of some of her dreams. So, second part, they are looking at a space which is like a bookcase with shelves full of stuff, and two small people like dolls They're very, very tiny, but they're moving around and they talk to each other. So I am thinking that my dreamer sees the selves like a space where old stuff goes onto and stays there after the youth passes. So in the case that my dreamer sees herself old, she put herself on the self with this other old stuff, and it's getting crowded. This might be her fear, or might be how she feels about her life at the moment. My interpretation is that these two small people, they are again the dreamer with her boyfriend, and the space where they chose to live into, and be a bit together with other people, but at the same time a bit isolated, talking to each other, entertaining each other, but not really connecting with other people. Then an old ugly face like a mask appears, and eventually she becomes like a small little doll. This is like a Halloween face. Is old and ugly, and it can represent or project the dreamer's feelings, and it sounds a bit scary. But eventually it changes. When it comes up, it's a bit scary, but eventually it changes and becomes small and insignificant. Eventually will get easier, and the dreamer will see the problem from another perspective. As she goes on, sees a face of her life when she was younger, and when she was playing with her friend on a theatrical performance. My dreamer is probably nostalgic of her youth and her friends who hasn't seen for a long time. This is something that she told me, and I know. And let's see, performance is something that is not real. It is magical and beautiful and makes you forget, but it is not the reality. It suggests the nostalgia, or something that it used to be real, but it doesn't exist anymore. Following part, another woman, big in size and old in age, suggests to my dreamer that they both were more than friends. They were into a romantic relationship. When I first read that, I thought that my dreamer needed to change. But reading the dream again, I realized that wasn't exactly the case. What I felt was that this big in size and old in age lady is the higher self, and I see it as a call back to the source, calling my dreamer to reconnect with the source, with the higher self, as they were and as they are when my dreamer is in a creative mode. The dream goes on, and I think it goes back because the dreamer sees herself in an old movie, and she wants to see how people were living their lives then. And I believe that this is stuck in the past. The things that happened before that were better than the things that are happening now. Nostalgia is something that can keep you in the past and not seeing the beautiful things that are happening in your life right now. So the dreamer might wishes to be younger, she might not like the changes. Her mind keeps her away from the big and old lady who wants to be intimate again. But does the mind have this power to keep you back from the source? I believe it doesn't, especially if sometimes you stop listening to it and just being yourself, just being creative, do what you do who you are, then you should go back to this big old lady and reconnect, and then you realize that this is home, and home is the present moment, is the moment when you are most aware, when you are most creative. So yeah, that was my interpretation for today. I now I am not a professional dream reader. I am just practicing, so please be kind, follow me. If you like to see more videos like that, just please let me know. And if you have any arguments, if you have any other suggestions, they are all most welcome. Have a nice day, and may your wishes come true. I'm Penny, and this is Mind's Cauldron.